Close your eyes for a moment and imagine everything you've ever wanted: success, love, freedom, peace, abundance already existing, not in the future, but right now in a frequency that's waiting for you to match it. You see, the universe doesn't respond to desperation, it responds to vibration. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, broadcasts a signal, and that signal either attracts or repels what you desire. When you say, "I want this," you're often declaring that you don't have it, and so you keep vibrating on the frequency of lack. But when you shift from wanting to being, when you start feeling as though it's already yours, you change your energy. And that change changes everything. Energy matches energy. It's a universal principle that shapes everything we experience, even if we don't always recognize it. Every thought, every emotion, every intention you hold within yourself carries a frequency, a vibration. You can't see it, but you can feel it, and it's constantly broadcasting out into the world like an invisible signal. What you're experiencing in your external life right now is a reflection of what you've been transmitting internally. You are not just a passive observer of reality, you are an active participant, shaping it through your energetic state. When you're in a state of frustration, fear, or lack, that energy becomes your signal. You attract more situations that confirm those emotions, more evidence that life is hard, that people can't be trusted, that success is distant. It's not because the world is against you, it's because you are resonating on a frequency that matches those experiences. The universe doesn't judge, it simply mirrors. It doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. So if you want to change what you attract, you must first change what you emit. Think of it like tuning a radio. If you're on 89.0 FM, you can't hear what's playing on 101.5 FM. It's not that the other station isn't broadcasting, it's that you're not tuned in. The same goes for your dreams, your goals, your relationships, and your peace. They already exist on a higher frequency. You don't have to chase them, you only have to align with them. When your inner world begins to rise, when your thoughts, emotions, and intentions vibrate with gratitude, confidence, and love, you start matching the frequency of the very things you desire. That's when miracles begin to appear, not because something external suddenly changed, but because you did. The moment you shift your energy, your world starts to reorganize itself. People show up unexpectedly, opportunities unfold naturally, and what once felt impossible starts feeling inevitable. You begin to notice signs, coincidences, synchronicities, all reflecting your new frequency back to you. But it's not coincidence, it's resonance. Life is echoing the vibration you're sending out. You've probably experienced this before without realizing it. Think about a day when you woke up feeling amazing, confident, energized, grateful. Everything seemed to go right. People smiled back, traffic cleared, conversations flowed. You didn't try to make it happen. Your energy naturally drew those experiences in. Then think about a day when you woke up angry or anxious. Nothing seemed to work, and every small problem felt amplified. That's the same law in motion. Energy doesn't lie. It's always matching. So the real question is not, how can I get what I want? But how can I become the energy that attracts what I want? The answer is found within your emotions. When you think of your dream, instead of saying, "I'll feel happy when it happens," start feeling happy now. Train your body and mind to experience the energy of having it even before it arrives. Gratitude is a powerful key here. When you feel grateful before the manifestation, you're telling the universe, "I already have it." And because energy seeks harmony, the universe will respond by bringing more things that match that gratitude. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner frequency. If you're seeking love, become love. If you're seeking success, embody the mindset and energy of someone already living that success. If you want peace, release resistance and choose calm now. It's not about pretending or forcing positivity. It's about aligning your energy with the truth that everything you're seeking is already available, just on a higher vibration. When you begin to understand that your energy is the first cause of your life's effects, you stop feeling powerless. You stop chasing, begging, and waiting. Instead, you start tuning, aligning, and allowing. That's when the magic happens, when life stops being something that happens to you and becomes something that flows through you. Energy matches energy. Change your energy, and everything you're seeking will rise to meet you, because it's already seeking you too. Your inner state creates your outer reality. This is not just a poetic idea. It's a law of life that operates whether you believe it or not. Everything you experience in your external world is a reflection of what's happening inside of you. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are the invisible architects shaping the visible structure of your life. Most people try to change their outer circumstances while remaining the same inside, and then wonder why nothing changes. But transformation doesn't start in the world around you. It starts in the world within you. When your inner world is filled with fear, doubt, or anger, you unconsciously project those emotions into your environment. You may find yourself surrounded by situations and people that seem to confirm your negative expectations. It's not that life is unfair, it's that you're attracting and interpreting reality through the lens of your emotional state. The world is not happening to you, it's responding to you. Change the signal you're sending out, and the reflection you see in life's mirror will begin to transform. Imagine your mind as a projector and your life as the screen. Whatever movie plays inside, whatever stories, beliefs, or emotions you hold, that's what gets projected outward. You can't change the movie by touching the screen. You have to go back to the projector. If you keep focusing on lack, on what's missing, your energy keeps creating more of that experience. But when you fill yourself with gratitude, love, and faith, your projection changes and your reality shifts to match. This is why true success, peace, or happiness never starts with external achievements. It starts with the vibration of being aligned, whole, and present within yourself. You've felt this power before. Think about the moments when you were deeply inspired, confident, or grateful. Life seemed to cooperate with you. Opportunities flowed effortlessly. People responded differently. You didn't have to force anything, your energy did the work. Now remember times when you were anxious or angry. Everything felt like resistance. The world mirrored your inner chaos. This is not coincidence. This is the law of resonance at work. Your emotional state determines your frequency, and your frequency determines your experience. The key to mastering this is awareness. Most people are unaware of how their inner world governs their life. They react to circumstances, allowing emotions to dictate their vibration, instead of consciously choosing it. But the moment you realize you can choose your emotional state, you reclaim your power. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the creator of them. When challenges arise, instead of fighting the outer situation, you turn inward and shift your inner state. You breathe, you center yourself, and you choose calm over chaos. And soon, the outer world rearranges itself to reflect your calm. If you want to experience abundance, start feeling abundant before the evidence appears. If you want love, cultivate the feeling of love within yourself. If you want freedom, release the mental and emotional patterns that keep you trapped. The outer world follows the inner vibration always. You cannot attract peace while holding on to fear, just as you cannot attract light while dwelling in darkness. The universe aligns with what you feel most consistently, not what you occasionally wish for. This understanding is not about denial or pretending problems don't exist. It's about mastering your internal energy so that you can respond rather than react. When you learn to regulate your inner state through gratitude, mindfulness, meditation, or awareness, you rise above the chaos and begin influencing life from a higher level. You stop waiting for things to get better to feel better. Instead, you feel better first, and things naturally get better. Everything changes when you take responsibility for your energy. You no longer seek control over the external world. You cultivate harmony within. From that inner harmony, your actions, words, and decisions carry a power that shapes reality effortlessly. Your inner state becomes the blueprint for your outer life. So nurture your inner world with intention, elevate your emotions with love and gratitude, and watch how the world around you begins to mirror that same beauty back to you, because your outer reality will always rise to match the frequency of your inner truth. Shift from wanting to becoming. That is the moment everything changes. Most people spend their entire lives in the energy of wanting. They want success, they want peace, they want love, they want freedom. But wanting is a state of separation. It's a declaration that says, I don't have it yet. And every time you repeat that energy, you strengthen the distance between you and what you desire. The universe responds not to your words, but to your state of being. So as long as you want, you vibrate with the feeling of lack. The key is not to want, but to step into the identity of the person who already has what they desire, to embody the energy of it now. When you shift from wanting to becoming, you begin to understand that you are not chasing a thing. You are evolving into the version of yourself that naturally attracts it. You stop asking, when will it come? And start asking, who do I need to be to align with it? Every goal, every dream, every vision has a specific frequency. Success, abundance, confidence, love, each one carries its own vibration. To experience it, you must become the type of person who resonates with that vibration. That means thinking the thoughts, feeling the emotions, and taking the actions that match that future reality right now before it physically appears. It might sound like pretending, but it's not. It's alignment. When you act, feel, and think as if your dream is already real, you tell the subconscious mind a new story, and the subconscious, being the creative engine of your life, begins to reorganize your energy, your perceptions, and your opportunities to match that story. Slowly, your external world shifts to meet the internal version you've already become. This is how true manifestation works, not through chasing or hoping, but through embodying and believing. Imagine a seed planted in soil. The seed doesn't want to become a tree. It simply is the tree in potential form. It holds the pattern of what it will become, and it expresses that pattern naturally through growth. You are the same. The moment a desire is born in you, it's a sign that the potential for its fulfillment already exists within you. You don't have to beg the universe to make it happen. You simply have to become the version of yourself who allows it to unfold. When you shift from wanting to becoming, your energy softens. You stop feeling desperate, impatient, or fearful. You begin to trust the process because you already feel complete inside. That feeling of inner completion is the magnet that pulls your desires toward you. People, opportunities, and synchronicities start showing up, not because you forced them, but because your energy now matches the reality where they exist. The universe always meets you where you are energetically. This shift also changes how you act. When you are stuck in wanting, you often act from pressure or lack, trying to force things, prove things, or control outcomes. But when you become, your actions flow naturally from alignment. You make choices from confidence, not fear. You speak from truth, not insecurity. You take inspired action, not desperate effort. That's when your results begin to expand effortlessly, because you're no longer working against your own energy. The transition from wanting to becoming is a journey of self-recognition. It's realizing that everything you desire isn't something external to gain, it's a version of you waiting to be expressed. When you want love, you are really seeking to express the love within you. When you want success, you are yearning to express the power and creativity that already live inside you. When you want peace, you're longing to reconnect with the stillness that has always been your true nature. So instead of asking for what you want, start asking who you are willing to become. Walk, talk, and think like the version of you who already lives that dream. Feel the emotions now. Act from that energy today. Because the moment you embody it truly and consistently, the universe mirrors it back. The dream stops being something distant you're chasing and becomes something inevitable you're attracting. You don't need to want anymore. You simply need to remember who you are becoming, because everything you're seeking already exists within that version of you. Belief is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not your circumstances, your skills, or your opportunities that determine what's possible for you. It's the strength of your belief. Every breakthrough, every miracle, every transformation begins in the invisible space of belief. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you believe you deserve, what you believe is possible, and what you believe you can become. Belief is the silent architect shaping your destiny. It is the bridge that connects imagination to reality, vision to manifestation, thought to experience. When you believe in something fully, you give it life. You infuse it with energy, emotion, and conviction, and that energy begins to create ripples in your outer world. You start noticing opportunities where others see nothing. You take actions that others are too afraid to take. You persist where most people quit. Belief alters your perception. It literally changes the lens through which you experience life. Two people can face the same challenge. One gives up, the other grows stronger. The difference is not in their situation, but in their belief about what's possible. Your belief system is like the operating code of your mind. If it's filled with limitations, I'm not ready, I'm not enough, it's too hard, those thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. You unconsciously make decisions that confirm them, but when your beliefs are rooted in possibility, I can learn, I can grow, I'm capable, life starts to open up in ways that feel almost magical. The external world rearranges itself to match your internal certainty. That's why belief isn't just optimism, it's a creative force. Belief also determines how you respond to delay and failure. When you truly believe in something, you don't get discouraged when things take time. You understand that delay is not denial, it's development. You hold your vision steady even when the evidence hasn't shown up yet. This is where most people give up. They stop believing before the breakthrough. But the universe often tests your faith before rewarding it. The gap between your desire and its manifestation is bridged by consistent belief. Every time you choose faith over fear, you strengthen that bridge. Belief works both consciously and subconsciously. Your conscious mind might say, I believe I can succeed. But if your subconscious is filled with old doubts and fears, those inner programs will override your intentions. That's why it's essential to recondition your subconscious through repetition, visualization, and emotion. When you consistently imagine your desired outcome and feel as if it's already real, you're teaching your mind to believe. Over time, the subconscious starts accepting it as truth, and once that happens, your external world must follow. Belief is also contagious. When you embody certainty, others feel it. You inspire trust, attract collaboration, and open doors that were previously closed. People respond not to your words, but to your energy, and belief radiates an energy that commands respect from life itself. When you stand in unwavering faith, life aligns with you. You stop chasing, begging, or hoping you know. And that knowing becomes magnetic. Think about every great creator, leader, or visionary in history. They all had one thing in common: belief so strong it defied logic. They saw the invisible and acted on it until the world caught up. That same power lives in you. Every time you choose to believe, despite what you see, you rewrite your future. Belief is not about pretending, it's about perceiving beyond the limits of fear. So ask yourself, what bridge are you building? Are your beliefs carrying you closer to your dream or keeping you stuck where you are? If you want to cross into a new reality, start building that bridge with thoughts of faith, emotions of certainty, and actions of trust. Because when your belief becomes stronger than your doubt, the impossible becomes inevitable. Belief is the bridge, and once you walk across it, the life you've imagined will be waiting on the other side. Gratitude activates attraction. It is one of the highest and most magnetic frequencies you can live in. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you for what you already have. It's about feeling appreciation for what is and for what is yet to come. It's an energy that signals to the universe that you are already complete, already abundant, already aligned with the good that exists in your life. The more you feel gratitude, the more life gives you reasons to be grateful. It is the ultimate amplifier of manifestation because it changes the vibration of your heart, your mind, and your entire energetic field. When you live in a state of gratitude, you shift your focus from what's missing to what's present, from lack to abundance, from fear to love. You stop chasing what you think you need and instead begin to see how much you already have. That awareness expands your energy. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into blessings, challenges into lessons, and desires into realities. It transforms your perception, and your perception is what creates your reality. The moment you choose gratitude, you start resonating with abundance. The universe mirrors that frequency by bringing more abundance into your life. Most people wait to feel grateful until something good happens. They believe they'll be happy when they achieve the goal, meet the person, or get the result. But true creators understand that gratitude must come first. You don't wait for success to feel grateful, you feel grateful so that success can appear. When you feel the emotion of gratitude for something you desire, even before it arrives, you are energetically saying, I already have it. That single shift moves you out of the vibration of lack and into the vibration of having, and in that state, you become a powerful magnet for everything you want. Gratitude also opens the heart. It moves you out of the analytical mind, the part that doubts, fears, and questions, and brings you into the emotional center of your being. The heart is where creation happens. When you feel deep appreciation, your energy becomes coherent, calm, and harmonious. You begin to radiate a signal that attracts experiences that match that coherence. Life starts to feel smoother, lighter, and more connected. Things seem to work out in unexpected ways because you are no longer resisting life, you are flowing with it. Even in difficult times, gratitude has the power to transform your energy. It doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to see value and purpose within every moment. When you can say thank you, even for the challenges, because you know they are teaching you something vital, you rise above them. That mindset releases resistance and invites growth. Gratitude becomes the bridge between adversity and wisdom. It turns struggle into strength. A grateful person radiates peace. Their energy feels light, magnetic, and trustworthy. People are naturally drawn to them. Opportunities seem to appear effortlessly, and blessings multiply. This isn't magic, it's alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions vibrate with gratitude, you move into harmony with the frequency of abundance. The universe recognizes that energy as readiness to receive more, to give more, to expand more. To live in gratitude is to live in trust. It is to know that even when you can't see the full picture, everything is unfolding for your highest good. That knowing anchors you in calmness. You stop fighting the process and start flowing with it. You wake up each morning aware that life itself is a gift, every breath, every lesson, every experience. That awareness builds momentum, and momentum creates miracles. So practice gratitude daily, not as a ritual, but as a way of being. Feel grateful for the things you once took for granted. Feel grateful for the things you desire as if they've already happened. Let your heart swell with appreciation until it overflows into every thought and action. Because when you live from gratitude, you send a clear message to the universe, I am abundant. And the universe in response echoes back, yes, you are. In that moment, attraction becomes effortless, and life begins to mirror your thankfulness with endless blessings. Surrender the how, because the how is never your job. Your job is to hold the vision, to feel the emotion, to align your energy with the outcome you desire. The moment you start trying to control every detail, every step, every timing, you move out of flow and into resistance. The universe doesn't need you to manage the process. It needs you to trust it. Surrendering is not about giving up, it's about letting go of the illusion that you must force things to happen. It's about allowing the natural intelligence of life to guide the unfolding. When you surrender, you shift from anxiety to alignment, from pressure to peace. You stop chasing and you begin to attract. The truth is, you cannot see the infinite paths available to you. Your mind works from logic and limitation. It sees only what's familiar. But life operates from expansion. It knows ways you've never imagined. When you fixate on the how, you cut yourself off from those infinite possibilities. You begin to narrow the channels through which your dream can reach you. But when you surrender the how, you open yourself to receive in ways that are faster, smoother, and often far greater than you envisioned. The path may not look like what you expected, but it will always lead you where you need to go. Surrender doesn't mean being passive or lazy. It means you take inspired action when it feels right, but you release attachment to how things unfold. You stop forcing outcomes and start following alignment. You act from intuition, not fear. You do what's within your power, and then you let go, trusting that life will handle the rest. This trust creates space for miracles, because miracles can only happen where control has been released. The tighter you grip, the more resistance you create. The more you let go, the more energy flows freely toward your vision. Most people struggle because they confuse control with creation. They think if they just plan more, push harder, or worry longer, they'll make things happen. But creation doesn't work that way. Creation is born from clarity, emotion, and faith, not tension. When you relax into trust, you become magnetic. Your energy becomes open, receptive, and calm. That energy draws solutions, people, and opportunities toward you effortlessly. The universe is always responding to your vibration, not your struggle. So when you surrender the how, you're not giving up control, you're aligning with a higher level of it. Think of a river. When you fight the current, you exhaust yourself and go nowhere. But when you let go and flow with it, you move swiftly and easily toward your destination. The river represents life, it already knows the path. Surrender is your choice to stop resisting and start trusting that the flow will carry you exactly where you need to be. It's the difference between surviving and allowing. Surrender also means releasing the need for perfect timing. Sometimes things take longer not because they're being denied, but because they're being prepared. What you desire might require new experiences, growth, or alignment before it can arrive. When you surrender, you stop asking, "Why isn't it here yet?" and start saying, "I know it's on its way." That shift in energy keeps your vibration high and your heart open, allowing the manifestation to reach you at the right time, in the right way. There's a deep peace that comes with surrender. It's the peace of knowing that you're supported by something greater than your own effort. It's the understanding that the universe is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating every event perfectly, even the detours and delays. When you trust that, you stop forcing life to happen and start allowing it to unfold. You realize that your dreams are not fragile, they are inevitable, as long as you remain aligned with their energy. So breathe, let go of control, release the need to figure it all out. The moment you surrender the how, you make space for the miracle. The moment you trust the process, life begins to reveal its magic. Everything you're seeking is already moving toward you, but it can only reach you when you stop standing in the way. Surrender is not weakness, it is the highest form of strength. It's the art of trusting that the universe knows exactly how to get you to where you are meant to be.